Good evening, everyone. My name is LRoyston, and the country that I will be doing for this presentation is Greece. So, a little intro about Greece. It is comprised of 2,000 islands. Usually, all of them are within a boat ride or ferry ride of each other. So, you could usually go from island to island, and be able to tour the different islands. A lot of times when visitors come to Greece, that's what they're looking at. They're looking at the islands. They want to see all the different islands, see the heritage, see the culture of these islands. So some of the borders, as stated on this slide, you can see are Albania, Bulgaria, Turkey, just to name a few. And it is located at the southern tip of the Balkan Peninsula. So for this presentation, we had to state whether our country was a colony or a colonizer. So Greece is in fact a colonizer, and the reason why it is because it dominated so many of the islands in the surrounding area, hence why they have 2,000 islands encompassed in all of the country and kind of under their control. A lot of the exporting that they do, culture, language, democratic government. Excuse me, I am so sorry. And you can also see here on the slide that they established many colonies across the Mediterranean and Black Seas. So, few things about Greece. Globalization, economic globalization is, as you can see on this slide, some of their leading exports are oil and mineral fuels, pharmaceuticals, and aluminum. They've also partnered with surrounding countries to expand exports and be able to branch out with those exports. Some of the countries, as you can see on here, Germany, China, definitely China's more of the imports, and Germany, those other ones are more of the exports. On here too, you can also see that they are a developed high-income economy. Good amount of their exports, as you can see, 1.6 billion, imports 1.275 billion. That was as of 2022. So moving on to political and cultural globalization. So in the political realm, they have been a member of EU since 1981 and NATO 1952. One thing that a lot of people will remember is back in 2004, Athens held the Olympics, which showcased a lot of the islands and a lot of the culture and different areas that showed the different sports, kind of showed the history and culture of Greece. Some of them also showed people that were visiting islands that they probably never knew of, so kind of got to know more about the islands, got to know more about Greece. So in regards to globalization, again, the pros and cons. So some of the pros, as you can see on this slide, marketing and funding, growth in tourism. So the past couple of slides been talking about a lot of tourism, so that's probably their number one industry that they have due to all the islands that you can go visit, all the rich culture and heritage. Some of the cons, unfortunately, high unemployment. I think a lot of countries deal with that, especially when you may not have a big system, technology, or anything like that that can provide those jobs. And then also, again, tourism, that has been a big pro for them. Okay, moving on to this slide. So as you can see here, Google is one of the big companies that a lot of countries worldwide use, one for promoting their products and their websites, but also just to get their name across worldwide. So that is one example that Google has used, or Greece has used, using Google to enter into the realm, especially in the tech sector, technology, EU access, skilled workforce, being able to, especially on the mainland, Athens, some of the big cities, being able to have that updated technology, be able to use what they know and promote their country and be able to, excuse me, use technology to their resources. So looking at this slide, you can see some of the international institutions they've used. They've used IMF as well as EU and NATO. So a lot of both of these were used just primarily to help with their economy, help get it established, get it going, so that they can build from it, they can learn from it, offer the financial stability, and be able to restore their debt and move on, be able to get past it and um, profit from all the uses that they have. So looking at this slide, we can see that Greece was a Eurozone member since 2002, and using that has helped them with movement of goods, services, capital, labor. So going back to the exporting, it shows that they've used their exporting resources, especially with things such as textiles, metalwork, even pottery, being able to have the funding, being able to showcase their government and be able to have the outstanding excellence with their exporting and importing services. Only downside is that because of this, that Greece is not able to make their own interest rates and control their money supply, so that is kind of a downfall for them, but they seem to have come back from that. And here are some statistics on this slide. So I know I had talked about earlier with 22, so this one goes back to 21, as well as 23. There was a $14.9 billion export, definitely more in the petroleum oil. That's their major one, as you could see here. Oil, mineral fuels, pharmaceuticals, and aluminum again. And you can see the exchange rate influence down here. And in conclusion, why I chose Greece. One, I have a strong personal, I guess you could say a personal liking for it. My dad was born and raised in Greece, moved here when he was little to New York, and just having that heritage, learning about it. As you could see on this slide, they are the third largest producer of olives worldwide. They've shipped various types of Greek olives all across the world, especially here in the U.S. They have a very rich history and a rich culture. Greek people like to talk. They love family. Everything about them is family. So I know when you go to visit them and you go to visit Greece, it's a very big family culture. Everyone has to know what's going on. Everybody has to be a part of it. But that is Greece in a nutshell. So hopefully you guys learned a little bit more about this country, and thank you. Have a great night.